Oh, shoot, I got to put on some.
You're listening to All Burgundy and Go Errrything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. I'm Wole, and here with my guy, George, the homie Glen, is running a little late. What's going on, George?
Oh, it's draft season, which a lot of years for Washington is the best season. And I can't wait till next week when we finally going to find out what's what. We're finally going to see how all these great players at the top are going to fall. And if we're going to get one of them at 7, I'm going to do the right thing at 7, I hope.
We're gonna get somebody good. That's all I know.
We should.
I don't
know if we're going to do the right thing at 7 because people are talking. I've seen some crazy stuff in some of these mock drafts, like Mel Kiper last night, having us taking a guard at 7.
At 7,
I don't know about that.
I'm not gonna lie, Mel Kiper is not right a lot.
No, he's not. But Mel's been a part of my whole life watching this draft, definitely. So I'm not going to say anything mean about Mel. But
I like
suffice
Mel.
it to say,
I like Mel. I like Mel.
And suffice to say, if what he had came off, I think I'd be pretty hot draft night. I think there would be some rather spicy reactions on All Burgundy and Go Errrything next week. If that's what happened.
A good gist of whoever is available. Folks will kind of get a gist of who's going to get drafted. In my opinion, if whoever's available, I think people get the gist of who's going to get drafted. But if you haven't found out, we're going to do our own mock draft show. So before we dive into all that, let's knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Errrything. Hit us up on X, IG, and TikTok at ABGE_Errrything. Also, like our All Burgundy and Go Errrything Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to the All Burgundy and Go Errrything YouTube channel. If you're getting the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Again, they will be prioritized. So if you go off topic, I won't lie to you guys. If you go off topic, I won't probably go back to it unless it's a super chat. If you're on topic, I'll obviously pull up the chat. But if it's off topic, I'm probably not going to go back to you. So make sure you stay on topic if you want your comments to be heard. If you're off topic and you have a super chat, I'm like, all right, cool. All right, I ain't going to hate on it. You know,
if you want to talk about how awesome the play-in games were, even though I think the play-in is stupid in the NBA.
I ain't gonna pull it up. I ain't gonna pull that up either.
Okay.
I
was damn entertained the last 2 nights.
But you can have the conversation in the chat though. I'm just saying, like in the chat.
That's fair.
All right, man. George, let's get into it. So like I said, we're gonna do our mock draft. Glen was the first round pick for us, and we're gonna do it 1 through 7, obviously. 1 through 7. The Commanders are missing, obviously, the second round pick. I believe they don't have a 4th round pick. So we will start with the first pick. And the first pick, the 7th pick, Glen he selected oh boy, one of the nastiest dudes out there in Caleb Downs as the 7th pick for the Washington Commanders. George, your thoughts on Caleb Downs? Just as a player, if Washington was able to get Caleb Downs as the 7th pick.
I always go back to what you said because it's true. That was one of the most talented and dominant defenses in the NFL. And with all those great players, some of whom are going to be drafted probably ahead of Caleb Downs, the guy that stood out the most was Caleb Downs. And that statement you made an impression on me. And of course, I went back and watched highlights on YouTube when I could to look at him. And I remembered what I watched when I watched Ohio State games. And I found myself agreeing with that. And this whole positional value thing has really got on my last nerve. Oh, you can't take such and such in the top 10. That's true for kickers and punters. It's not true for any other position in the NFL. There are tight ends that are good enough to be drafted in the top 10. There are safeties that are good enough to be drafted in the top 10. There are running backs that are good enough to be drafted in the top 10. And even though I love Caleb Downs, and I started there, when we started looking at the draft, Caleb Downs at 7 was what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm not sitting here and saying I don't want it now. I would love it. But if we don't take Caleb Downs at 7, I hope we're taking a running back at 7 because I think that running back's good enough to justify it.
Mm-hmm.
So Caleb Downs for me, the best safety prospect since what? Eric Berry. That's what
Eric Berry,
people have been saying. I agree with that.
It's Eric Berry, definitely.
We desperately need help in that part of the defense. With this new defensive coordinator, I think Caleb Downs is somebody that he would love to use and move around as a chess piece. If we're not going to get a Bailey or a Reese, then we want to continue to add to this defense, Caleb Downs is what we got to do at 7.
I mean, like I said before, Caleb Downs is the best to me. If it's one in terms of talented players in this draft, he is the first or second best player in this draft. I know everybody gets fixated. I mean, obviously, defensive edge rushers are premium positions, but we're talking about the best player is Caleb. The best player is between Love and Caleb Downs. And I feel that, where this team lies, this team needs is, but we talk about this all the time, right? About the blessing of Jaden Daniels and what makes Jaden Daniels so special, right? For the offense. But wouldn't it be cool to have that type of player on defense? Like to have a Jaden Daniels on defense where you can be like the quarterback of that said defense, right? Not safety is said another quarterback of that said defense. Caleb Downs comes from a football family. He's a guy that played well at Alabama and played well at Ohio State. So he's battle tested. It doesn't matter where he's at. He plays good football. He is that person. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see a guy that transfers in one situation isn't better for him, and another situation is like then he kind of takes off, right? Well, this dude has been good in both situations. He did, and in two high pressure places. Downs did it well in Alabama and the SEC, where it is tough as heck to play football, and he played at a high level. Goes to Ohio State and plays lights out football for a couple years. He is who he is. Caleb Downs is one of the best players in the draft. He was rated. GMs came up and said that he would already start already on 32 different teams, or I'm gonna say 30-something different teams. 30-something different teams.
And what do you think the value of playing for a guy like Matt Patricia, who he wasn't much of a head coach, but he was a very good defensive coordinator in the NFL for a long time?
Yeah, Slim says Downs definitely not worth 7. You're incorrect right there, Slim. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I could not. That positional value thing is bull crap.
Yeah,
the best players are the best players. Yeah. Whether they're a left tackle, a guard, a center, a receiver, a tight end, a safety. This whole thing that it's got to be an edge. If you're in the top 10, you have to take a certain position, or you can't. That's baloney, especially in this league.
Yeah.
Where we are, yes, a lot of great quarterbacks have been drafted in the top 10. We're coming up. I saw it this morning on Good Morning Football. We're coming up on the anniversary of Patrick Mahomes, who the Chiefs traded up to 10 to take.
Yeah.
We're also in a league where Mr. Irrelevant was a quarterback and has gotten to a Super Bowl and almost got to another one, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So this whole deal of, in the top 10, you have to pick one of about 4 positions. That's a nonsense. You have to pick players who are good players already that can become great players in the top 10. Doesn't matter what position they are.
Some says he's overhyped. I don't think he's overhyped.
I wouldn't agree with that either.
I mean, I watched him play a lot. Slim, I know you. I mean, I'm Big Ten football is different. So consistency, and this is the thing too, and be real, and this is another situation too. He's seen the best receivers in practice, bro. Like he's seen the best receivers in practice.
Dude, going up against Ohio State.
You seeing Jeremiah Smith in practice? Like he battle tested. Like a lot of these dudes that people like aren't even bad. He's battle tested. He sees you on practice and your best players on Saturdays. Watch I advise people to go back and watch the Miami versus Ohio State game. Come back and tell. I seen them in the big game against Michigan. I saw what he did to us. But go back to that Miami. Everyone talks about Sonny Styles. They talk about Reese. The only dude that on that squad that really was like, oh, you look like one of them was Caleb Downs.
I have a question for the chat, and I have a question for you. And I know this is a little bit going off what we're doing because we're just sticking and picking tonight.
Yeah.
Is there any scenario where you'd want to move back? In terms of if certain players are picked, you're like, let's get out of
this
7.
Is the only way I would. This is the
10,
only
11, 12, 13, 14.
This is the only reason I drop. Wait, while we go back, was Slim is saying wide receiver at 7. If they want to get a wide receiver, just go back. If they want to get a wide receiver, then just go back because there's no value in getting a number wide receiver at 7. Because at the end of the day,
I agree with that.
At the end of the day, wide receiver at 7. Like you can trade back and get a receiver that's like you can argue that a receiver at 7 may be better. A receiver at past 7 is better than the one you get at 7. If you want to go receiver, because the receiver. I
agree with you.
Go ahead, George.
I just want to shout out to Gabe. Says yes with the Jets. That might be too far back at 16 for me.
Mm-hmm.
I follow a guy who's a Rams guy. And he wants to move. He wants the Rams to go from 13 to 7.
Yeah.
If we could get Jordan Tyson at 13, that as long as we weren't passing on Love, Downs, or Styles, I would be very happy with that. If we could get Jordan Tyson at 13.
Paul, you're Paul. He's not Paul, but I know you keep holding that one, though, Paul. We'll talk about some of these other guys later. But Glen's here to talk about.
If any of y'all are Carnell Tate at 7, I'm opposed to you.
But Glenn, we're talking about.
I'm opposed to you.
Let's talk. Glenn, your pick with Caleb Downs at 7.
Yeah, man.
Just talk about that,
man. What's up, George? How y'all feeling doing?
Good, bro, man. Good.
Yo, man. My pick was if Downs is there at 7. My pick is if I'm picking Caleb Downs at 7, right? I think he's one of the life-changing, once in a lifetime type safeties, right?
Yeah.
That can control your defense. You want a guy that can talk about or that can control the back end. If you're Washington, you've been having trouble with communication in the back end of your defense, right? If you look at the past 2 seasons, they haven't had that leader and that leader who is safe at the safety spot. You have linebackers that you can work with. You have D linemen that you can work with. That safety spot, to me, for the Washington Commanders is imperative. It's very important. If Caleb Downs is on the board at 7, you take Caleb Downs. That strengthens your defense, right? That gets the ball back to Jaden Daniels much more. Put the ball in his hands. Allow him to score. Let the offense work. Gives you good field position, right? He causes turnovers. He doesn't mind coming up and laying some hits on people. And he's also, even being young, he is very vocal, right? So that means he can lead it from day one. I believe he can take in and take leadership, right? And have leadership in the back end of the locker room. Also help guys to develop them and also be able to learn. I mean, guys like Will Harris that's there can help him learn how to play safety in this league. But again, there's a lot of dynamics. But if Caleb Downs is on the board at 7, hands down, I'm taking Caleb Downs. And Caleb Downs, that number 2 will be a burgundy and gold jersey. And then Washington will have their safety they can build around. And can build on for years to come. He's that guy. When you look at the safety position, he's the best safety in the league. Best safety in college, and arguably you could say he probably was one of the better defensive players, and all in college football.
I think he's the best defensive player in college football. I'm not going to even. I think it showed. It showed. He was that good. He was that good of a player. Mike said take Love at 7. Glenn, what was it between Love and Downs for you?
I just don't think Love is going to be there, right?
Got you. Okay.
My thing is this: Love.
Fair enough.
All the teams that are in front that would. I mean, I know somebody just said it. DC Slim said it. Some of the same names. I think there has to be a real shakeup in order for Love to fall to the Washington Commanders at 7.
Got you.
Right. There are going to be some people that say, you know what, to got to see something, something's going to have to change, because I just don't think when Washington picks at 7 that Jeremiyah Love is going to be there. Tennessee needs a running back. I'm mean, let's be honest. They got a quarterback last year. They need somebody to carry the ball. If you're really honest, the New York Giants need a running back. You can't put you telling me that Jim Harbaugh wants to go with Scatterboo as his starting running back. I mean, let's be honest, right? Scatterboo's your starting running back in the NFL. If you Jim Harbaugh, you just left from Derrick Henry. You just left.
One thing about Harbaugh, though, is that he kind of had to be pushed to Derrick Henry. Harbaugh was perfectly happy with all these no-name, low-round running backs, Keaton Mitchells and guys like that. The Derrick Henry thing was not Harbaugh. That was the front office doing that. And he had to be convinced on that one, too. I will say, that's the one thing that makes me think he might not take Love. I won't lie. I will scream curse words, and I will be real hurt if Love is in a Giants uniform. I'll tell you that right now.
And then you got the Cleveland Browns, who definitely need a wide receiver, right? So,
do they need a receiver?
Yeah. Cleveland needs a wide receiver. They need a wide
receiver. They need a lot of help on offense.
A lot of help, man. They need a running back too. They actually need. Well,
they picked up a running back last year.
They do last year. He was. I mean, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. So again, if Jeremiyah Love is there 7, you take Jeremiyah Love. I wouldn't be mad, but I think Washington goes defense here, and I think Caleb Downs, and that's why it's not Love for me.
Well, I mean, again, I think that I like your pick with Downs. I would pick Love. I mean, obviously with Love is there, but I get your point. I'm starting to get that vibe that Love ain't going to be there. So let's go to the next pick. George, 3rd round pick. 71st pick. Paul has mentioned this because he wants a receiver. He wants a receiver. But who's your pick for this pick?
I got 2 choices here because I'm between a linebacker and a wide receiver. Now, of course, we are just throwing darts here because we got no idea how this board's going to fall.
Yeah.
We're going to take a linebacker. I like Josiah Trotter. Of course, his dad, linebacker in the NFL for a long time. Very successful at places that weren't Washington. We're not going to get into all that. I like Josiah Trotter a lot.
Right here? You like him in this pick?
Yeah, I like him at this pick. Okay. Coming out of Missouri. 84 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. 6'2", 237, so that's a good size for a linebacker. Mm-hmm. We know this linebacking core still needs help. I've seen the previous episodes while I've been away. You guys have talked about Bobby Wagner could still come back. If that's the case,
I didn't say that.
If that's the case, you got to be looking at a linebacker in this draft somewhere. So that's Josiah Trotter's one. Mike H., you and I might be on the same wavelength on a lot of things today because you just mentioned the receiver that I like there. Ted Hurst.
Whoa, we only going one, George. We're only doing one.
We only going one. Well, I'm between Ted Hurst and Josiah Trotter. I like Ted Hurst a lot because we need a big receiver and we need some size. 6'4", 206. I really think a big body target in the red zone would really help Jaden Daniels a lot. And this is the problem because, okay, Glen goes that we go Downs at 7. I'm happy. Mm-hmm. I'm happy with that. Great. We got to help Jaden at some point, right? Mm-hmm. We got to help Jaden. We haven't helped Jaden enough. So saying that Downs goes at 7, I'd like a receiver at 71.
You want a receiver? You want a receiver? Now you want a receiver. You receiver linebacker.
I do want the receiver.
Right,
but again, you got to give me a little grace here because it's 71.
Yes, I'm saying we all choosing one. No, we're just choosing one. We're doing a mock. We're choosing one. That's what I'm saying.
So we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna do Ted Hurst. All right. We're gonna do Ted Hurst at 71.
All right, Ted Hurst. Got you.
Ted Hurst, bigger body, better college receiver than either Lane or McCaffrey was out of Georgia State. I really think that's what we need. And again, we've been talking about these tight ends. If we can't get if we can't get out of the tight end position what we need, then you need a big body wide receiver that you can throw it up to in that corner of the end zone, or that back of the end zone who can catch it. So Ted Hurst.
What was his stats like in college? I'm not familiar with him. I'm not gonna lie, like I watched dude play, so I'm not gonna lie to anybody.
I want to say he had like 800 some yards his last season. 71 catches, 1,004 yards, 6 touchdowns in 2025.
Okay.
56 catches, 161 yards, 9 TDs, 2024.
He's legit. Okay.
Yeah, and I usually watch a lot of Sun Belt. I didn't as much this year, but I've been looking at this guy. I've been doing a lot of sims on the mock draft simulator. He's been there, not all the time at 71, but a good chunk of the time. Like I said, if we were just talking receivers, about 2 or 3 other ones that I wrote down, as well as Josiah Trotter's linebacker. But yeah, if we're gonna do downs, we got to help Jaden. So let's help Jaden with Ted Hurst to 71.
Okay. I like that. Paul thinks it's interesting. Paul likes it. He says interesting. He said, what we got here? Terry Ayukum. Omar Cooper. Omar Cooper probably be gone before the 3rd round.
But he shout out to Gabe wants to go back to 16 with the Jets and take Omar Cooper.
He wants to go back. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you. I think
that's his idea to go back with the Jets.
I think you can go further back.
I would hate to miss out on Jordan Tyson, so I don't want to go back that far if we do go back.
I think you can go further back if you want Omar Cooper, though. You can go further back. I believe you can go further back if you wanted him.
I'd be interested to know what the Jets want to get up to 7 for, since they already got 2 to begin with. Like, what are they doing if that's the case?
I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade. Trading back to me is only if you want a receiver. I think you can get some guys in here that you possibly go back a little bit, not too back to get Jordan Tyson. I feel like that's the best receiver in this draft. I like that. I like that. You needing size. I like that thought process, getting Jaden more size. We do need size in the building. We got Treylon Burke, who showed us like what it is to have some size out there, which is pretty good. But obviously, I think like anything, you want a versatile set of receivers, and I do like that pick. I like your angle going that route of going for more like a verse, like size and whatnot. Okay. So yeah, like I like that element of things. So I like that thought process. All right. So for me, with the 5th round, pick 147, I'm going to go. Who am I gonna go with? I wanted my guy. I wrote him down. I did research on him too. I did big research on him, and I watched some of his game clips. It's the corner out of Cal, Masses. Masses. He had like 5 picks at Cal last year. He's really quick. He's really quick to the ball in terms of breaking passes up. Playmaker, really good. I like corners with ball skills, and I feel like, and we're looking at a defense where we don't get turnovers. Like we don't get turnovers, and I feel like if you're trying to go into the draft if you're trying to go into the draft in the later rounds, you want to go after some guys you're trying to fit that scheme, that mold of, all right, we want to get turnovers. We want to be a team that can help get Jaden the football. Why not get a guy, in my opinion, a guy who can get you that football? I saw him his work against Boston College. He had a pick. The kid and he's good in. I think he'd be really good. He's really good in zone. Where he's a little skinny. About 6 foot.
He's 6'1", 179. He needs to. Yeah, we got to send him to the old bench chili bowl when he gets here.
But I'm saying when you go into it, but I'm saying when you're in the 5th round, though, like when you're in the 5th round, thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. When you're in the 5th round, that's like you're looking for somebody for like, all right, somebody you can kind of tailor, groom to be really good, right? And for depth. And I'm not looking for him to play in day one. I'm looking to kind of cultivate him and become a player that can help us then down the road. But we talk about this all the time. Like, this team needs guys who can get the football, who can get you the football back. We always talk about how we want to make sure Jayden help out Jayden. Well, this kid has the ability, man. He's a guy that has game breaking, turnover ability. There's a knack in sports where you're good. Like either you got a knack to score a basket easy or a knack to come clutch in big situations. This kid got a knack for getting interceptions. It's not like he went from playing at FIU, transferred to Cal, and played better football. You know what I'm saying? So I just think I like him. I like him in the 5th round. He's a kid where I think that, because he has that ability to kind of get turnovers and help a team out. He's a guy I would definitely like to get in the 5th or even later rounds.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, he played big time football, so
yeah.
Maybe you want that guy. As you mentioned, you want the guy that caused turnovers. Only thing when you said something about a guy who got a lot of turnovers in college, who played corner, we had one of those guys. He's no longer with the team. That's Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah, he was coached by Ron. He was coached by Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio.
Yeah, that was regime. That like get all that stuff that happened in 4 years.
And again, you're not asking for, but you're right. But you're not asking for him to have a big role. Like now, he's a guy that you can groom and like he'll probably be on the practice squad. 5th rounders are practice squad. 5th rounders are guys that fight to be on the roster, right? They're not guys who like automatically think you're going to be on the team. Well, they're guys that you fight to, you hope they have a stash from the practice squad. And they do, if they do extremely well, then yeah, they're going to be on your big time roster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think in terms of what he can bring to the table, again, we talked about this all the time. We had guys who dropped a lot of interceptions. This kid got a knack to catching the football. Yeah. And like we want, like I feel like as a fan base, we want corners who can kind of, I mean, when you feel better if your cornerback got beat, but he was able to still get a bunch of picks in the process. Like at least give me picks. If you're gonna get beat, give me picks. So I just think that like Hezekiah Masses, like he has an opportunity. If the Commanders had drafted him, he has the opportunity to at least be a guy who can make plays for the Commanders.
No, I see that. I'm not a bad choice at all. Not a bad choice at all.
We got my man.
Let's face it, this quarterback room still needs some talent right now.
Yeah, it's all about depth. You know what I'm saying? It's all about depth.
Yeah.
Mike says C. Slaughter, Cezanne the third, or cornerback. Yeah, Everett. Yeah. We got.
We need to take a center in this draft too.
Drafting Bane is like watching the after school special Brother Future back in the day. Tragic, yeah. Bane is like his situation is iffy. Let's go. All right, round 6, pick 187. Glen, I think you're picking a center, right?
Yeah, I'm picking a center, man. Sam Hatch out of Kansas State is my pick, man. 6'4", he's 6'4", 303. I'm not asking him to be a starter day one. I'm asking him to be consistent. I've looked at this kid, watched some film on this kid before I made the pick. He was a walk-on at Kansas State. So that means to walk on to get a scholarship, that means you're a hard worker, right? That means you work hard. That means you're willing to put the work in to achieve what you need. So that's what he fits the mold of what this offense already has, right? Larry Tunsil, hard worker, right? You see Connolly, hard worker, right? Brandon, you have Sam Cosby, hard worker. So you got a hard working kid who can adapt to this group, not being a starter day one, but coming in to learn how to be a starter, compete for a center job, and then maybe eventually getting that center job. Because again, everything this kid has gotten, he's earned, right? Nothing was given to him. He played 2023. He played 13 games, right? As a reserve, he played on the special teams. He worked. He didn't get his scholarship right until like 2024. He was in school for like 3 or 4 years before he even got a scholarship to stay at Kansas State. So again, hardworking kid, and that's what you look for. A kid who's coming in, or a person who's coming in, who's going to put in that work. He ranked when you look at all centers, he ranked the 4th ranked center out of the NFL draft. But hopefully he does fall to the Washington Commanders at 6. If not, there's another guy, but hopefully Washington will pick this kid up at 6 because again, we do desperately need a center. And at this point, it looks like Algredi will be the center for the Washington Commanders for the starting season.
It looks like he's going to.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, George.
No,
like,
he's going to.
Yeah, he's going to be starting.
You may not like it, but it's the truth, George.
Right,
He's
but
going
you got
it ain't gonna work if that's what happens. I'm just that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Okay, Paul Heyman.
I see Paul. To answer Paul, yes, he does need to work on his lateral quickness, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw
and strength too. Some strength too, right?
Yeah. He's lateral, and he's a little small, but again, his lateral quickness. I still think that he's able to do what Washington asked him to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you're talking
about that. To be able to get there quickly, to get off the ball quickly, to get out in lateral
space.
Get in space.
Yeah.
When you have a running quarterback, especially when you come off center, when you're working underneath center, you need that center to be able to get off the ball quick, right? Either he's blocking the he's blocking a zero technique, which is the nose, or he's either blocking a 3 or 1, which depends on if you get a 4 down lineman or if you get 3. So depends on what Washington's looking for there. But I think all in all, he may be a solid pick at center, and I think they can work with him on that. So.
Man, look, I'm with you, Glenn. I like the pick. He's a guy that, in late rounds, you're trying to get guys who you can kind of groom, right? And I don't think he's a day one starter, but I do think he's a guy that they can groom with a year maybe to become a starter. I've always said this though, too, like some of your best centers weren't drafted in like the first 3 rounds. Like they kind of, you get them later, and they've kind of been taught up, groomed, built up to become the player that they are, now, right? So it's a process. So you just want the organization to kind of provide an environment for guys to improve and get better. And I think Al Grady is the plan, or maybe even Brandon Coleman, whatever it may be. Those guys are in play to play center. But I think it'll be Al Grady, to be real with you. And we'll see what happens. But I do like, to your point, Glenn, I think what he brings to the table is the movement. I think it's the athleticism moving. And I think that, to me, that's something that they value. And obviously they value a masher, but I think they want more movement too as well.
Yeah.
George, 6th round pick, 209.
Oh gosh, this is tough because there is somebody I'm interested in here, but I'm wondering if the room is too crowded to even take this guy, because honestly, I'm not happy with this tight end room at all right now. And I think the fact that they're talking about bringing Zach Ertz back off at his age off that injury, that don't do it for me.
I don't know about
George,
you don't like it? You don't like it? You don't like about bringing Zach Ertz back?
So in round 6, I want to take a look at this guy, Tanner Koziol from Houston. Played all 4 years.
Tanner,
did not have that much production his first 2 years in college, but really picked up the last 2 years. 94 catches in 2024 and 8 touchdowns. 74 catches in 2025 and 6 touchdowns. He's 6'7", 247. That's a big boy. So that's where I'm going, because this tight end room ain't great. And Zach Ertz coming back, if that's really what happens.
That's Paul's guy.
I mean, we got Chig. We got Chig Okonkwo, which we're happy about that. But I'm kind of ready. The whole Ben Sinnott thing is just, I'm not. And I did watch the show, Paul. You're right. And and after that show, a couple other people I follow on Twitter were talking about him a lot. I checked into him. Yeah, I want this guy. We've got Bates. We've got Okonkwo. The rest of these tight ends,
George,
we can forget him as far as I'm concerned.
I'm glad you said forget. I'm glad you said forget him, George, because Ben Stinnett got to go. That project is over. That project is over. Let's be honest.
I hate to say it, because I was really for Ben Sinnott and wanted him, and I thought it was a good idea at the time. But I think you're right, and I look at a guy like Cozy. The fact that Koziol was a pass catching tight end 4 years too. This is not one of them guys that got moved to tight end, was playing a different position. This guy did it for 4 years. I kind of think that means he's going to be a lot more adapt to play in the position. And it's not like he's and the downside is, well, he's not a consistent blocker. Well, we already got a blocking tight end. We need somebody that can go out in this damn pattern. If Chig's not out there, if Chig is hurt, or if they want to just have two tight ends going out there in the pattern, that can be a problem for these linebackers to cover. So Tanner Koziol, 209. That's where I'm going.
But you know what? I'm real quick. I'll stay on tight ends real quick.
Yeah,
man. I think Yankov can develop. I like what Yankov gave this team last year. I think Yankov is one of those guys that if you go two tight ends, and two tight ends work. Let's not forget when the New England Patriots went two tight ends with Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski, right? Let's not. And I know unstoppable. Unstoppable. I know people don't want to bring up Aaron Hernandez.
No, you good. No.
But you know what? God dog that. But when Belichick had those two tight ends, it was easy for Brady, right?
Brady was having a time of his life when he had them two guys.
And if you could just imagine what if Aaron wasn't a nutcase and all that other stuff, what would have happened if those two guys had stayed together? That group had stayed together in New England. Because New England was
and those two tight ends didn't have a receiver like Terry McLaurin next to him either.
No, they didn't. They did not. So again, not a bad pick there. Just that some of Washington Commanders' favorite, because you said it when you started, George. That room is full. There's some people that's going to be gone. I know I like Zach Ertz. People like Zach Ertz, but guess what? Zach Ertz wasn't able to give you anything until later on in the season. He tore his ACL, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's not going to give you anything until November, December. Why keep him on the roster? Besides,
I'm with you on that.
Besides maybe leadership, but why would you hold a position for Zach Ertz on the roster? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like it. I mean, George, I like the pick. I think it's a good pick. To your point, you can't. I mean, Washington they need to hit on some tight end. I mean, hopefully it's Chig, but they need to hit on some tight end. So, I mean, and Bates is a really good blocking tight end.
Bates is good.
He's a good blocking tight end, but they need to start hitting on, like, I mean, and I like, everybody knows I like Zach Ertz. I do like Zach Ertz, but his time is up. And look, I can speak of somebody I like Zach Ertz, but his time is up. It's over.
Paul said he's still in the contract.
And you're right, Glenn Benson. Its time is up with me.
Zach Ertz under contract.
Well, he must be
still out there to be signed.
Yeah, he's not under contract.
Oh, so Ben Stidham must be under contract.
Yeah, Ben Stidham. Zach ain't on the contract. Zach had a 1 year deal when he came in.
That's what I thought. Zach had a 1 year deal.
Zach had a 1 year deal.
Guess
Zach ain't under contract.
Don't sign that deal. Let Zach Ertz go and retire. I'm sorry.
Zach ain't coming. Like I said, Zach ain't coming. I don't think Zach is coming back. I don't think Zach coming back is really. It's only if they're desperate in terms of. Yeah, only if they're desperate. I think he comes back. But all right. I guess the last pick, and then we'll start doing our overall discussion. But the last pick, 7th round, pick 223. I'm going, Paul. You know, this is the guy that I like, and you brought him to my attention. So I'm gonna give you some flowers. From Western Michigan, Nadine Tucker, defensive end. It's wild because, like, obviously, because he's an older dude, the draft board has him slipping a little bit far. But he's 14.5 sacks last season. I think he was tied for one for most sacks in the college season last year. He's a baller. I think the age is kind of have people kind of like pushing him back in the draft, but he's a baller. Like he gets pressure. He's a stud out there, man. Combine was in. His combine was in. But to me, again, when you're out there and if you can get 14.5 sacks on Saturdays, I'm all about productivity, man. That's me. I'm all about productivity. And if you know how to get to the quarterback, that's a skill. That is a skill. No one's going to take that. It's not about, this dude, he got this bend, or this dude he can run this fast in the 40. No, he shows you man up, line up, one-on-one, mano a mano. I can go get the quarterback. And if you show me that means that you have ability in the NFL to get to the quarterback. Now, at what rate are you every down player is a whole different argument. But in terms of getting the quarterback, he's a guy who can get to the quarterback. And I feel like if he has because he has that ability, and if he keeps slipping because of how long he's been in college, what it is, then and he can get you get them in the 7th round. Shoot, go for it. Shoot, I get him in the 6th round.
Who cares about age in round
7?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And I would give him in the 6th or 5th round if available. I mean, if he's still there, if you feel like you love him. But I'm just saying people have him ranked. If you're looking at the big board and where he's ranked within the DNs, man, a dude with 14.5 sacks, man, it's crazy.
Look, don't knock the man for being in college with NIL deals. You're getting free money, baby. You're getting free money. I'll stay in college as long as I kill it too. Yeah, if I was getting that type of money. You know,
and like Paul said, he fried at the Senior Bowl practice. But yeah, I just think that, you know, when you go again, but that shows you, like, right, that's mano and mano. Like when you're going against a competitor, like your skill set comes out. But when we get fixated on, damn, what did he run the 40 and what did he do this and what did he do that? And the underwear Olympics, you know what I'm saying? Like then people tend to diminish what you do, you know what I'm saying? But when you could see it, the production was there. Like if I told you, damn, this dude got 14.5 sacks, you gonna say to yourself, like, shoot, that's somebody we gotta take a look at. Like every team, like I don't care what round, that's somebody you really gotta take a serious look at. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to knock an individual on why they shouldn't, or why they shouldn't draft him. Look at what he's done. Shoot, I mean, and I know we went to use the school Western Michigan, but what school did Max Crosby go to? He went to
Central, wasn't it?
Central Michigan. Yeah, Central Michigan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Oh, that you know, I tell people schools don't matter anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That stuff don't matter. If you can play football, you play football.
Exactly. Like, that's my point.
Yeah, no, and the NFL is going to find you wherever you are.
Exactly.
Josh Allen went to Wyoming.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. He went to Wyoming.
Yeah.
And he was like a 60% passer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So point, like all I'm saying, but he was always a winner though. Yeah. He always put up numbers. Like he was always a winner, leading his team. So it is what it is. Like Carson Wentz got found in was it North Dakota State or South Dakota? Was it North Dakota State?
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State. Yeah.
Yeah, he was always a winner. Mm-hmm. He's gonna find
Terrell
talent.
Owens, Tennessee Chattanooga.
I'm saying the people Deluxe. People say underwear Olympics, but I bet they'd be mad if their team drafted the loser of it. Yeah, but so, you know, it's wild. There's some people then said Olympics that did very well and were bums. And they drafted him because of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was that defensive end the Eagles drafted? Mike Mamula?
Mike Mamula was the most,
man, like his combine.
Nobody had ever heard of him before the combine.
Man, his combine was crazy.
Yes.
And he was a
like in the top 10 in the draft.
Man, a big ass disappointment.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I'm saying. I get you right. They be disappointed, but that's why I value Saturdays, man. I value Saturdays. There's a lot of good receivers that got passed up early.
It is
because of what they didn't line up in the combine. Shoot, Amon St. Brown didn't do great in the combine. See, not everybody won him. You know what I mean? Not everybody won him. Mm-hmm. So love me some North Dakota State. And North Dakota State, they do win.
Hey, you know what? I agree with that. I like that, Deluxe. Hey, combine can show the ceiling. Film shows the floor. I mean, I totally agree with that. Film.
Yeah,
this is how I view it, Deluxe. The combine just confirms who you are. If you're really good, I don't do the potential thing because if you don't show me, there's so many. All the best players have done it on Saturdays. The combine just reassures it. There's outliers. Don't get me wrong. Like I want to say Javon Curse was like more of an outlier because I don't know. I don't think his stats in Florida was like crazy. I'm not sure. I just got somebody to go back. But what he did in the combine was so insane. But most of the time, most of the players, when their combine is like that, it's because they were like that on Saturdays. Yeah, it just confirms your resume. That's all it does. I don't look at it like if you had so-so stats in college, I don't look at the combine as, oh, I'm gonna put you up there because your combine was like that. I don't do that. Like that's not how I assess like players. I think your combine is supposed to confirm who you are.
Yeah,
that's how.
They're diamonds in the rough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're diamonds. I mean, they are, but it's rare. Like in terms of like you got to really get coached up. You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Brady was always a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback in Michigan. He was a good quarterback in Michigan. Like I ain't like him over True Henson though, but he was a good quarterback in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Now like you may not have thought he was going to be the greatest of all time type of quarterback, but he was good in Michigan. He was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So like they're play like I can't speak for Brock Purdy. I ain't watched Brock Purdy play like that. I won't lie to y'all.
I didn't know. But some people just need opportunity too. Sometimes that chip on your shoulder, the right space, the right time. Brock came in where there was a right space, right time, had good athletes, right? He didn't have to do. Let's be honest, Brock didn't have to do much, right?
And he had Kyle.
He had just Kyle schemed him open. Hey, get the ball to Ayuk. Get the ball to Debo at the time. Get the ball to Kettle at the time. Get the ball to McCall, and you'll be okay. Just put the ball in these guys' hands, and it'll be all right. If you look at Brock when he's first year, everything was quick screens, slants. Things, simple passes. Yeah. Now, has he advanced? Sure.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Deluxe, I agree. I totally agree. Deluxe, I agree. We got combine. Yeah, interviews. Yeah, I'm with the interviews. I get. I'm starting to be a little bit more of a interview believer nowadays. I used to hate on the interviews. I'm you're not gonna get enough out of that. But I'm starting to become an interview believer now.
I think you need the interview.
Yeah, I'm starting to be a big interview believer. Just because the way certain players are kind of acted up, I'm like, okay, maybe.
Because you got some
maybe they were right. Maybe they were right about state personalities. All right. Well, so let's go into
you got some head cases, man.
You do. They do. So let's go to the overall thought, this overall draft thought, talk about it, because we're going to do a live draft show on Thursday, and full truth, I'm doing a draft show on my actual birthday. So yeah. Letting you know.
He said coming and drop some happy birthday shot.
Yeah, come on, say yeah. Come on here, wish me happy birthday on draft day, as we do a live show. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
As we do a live show, between the names like Love, Downs, and some of the top edge rushers out there, who fits? I'm gonna start with you, Glenn. Who fits the Commanders' identity and long-term vision the best? Throw away who you think will drop it. 7. Who do you think? Who do you feel like will fit the Commanders? Like the Commanders, the image of the Commanders' identity, and also like their long-term success.
Oh, if I had to pick, I would say Bailey.
Bailey, okay, you think Bailey would be the one? He was tied with Bailey with sacks. Bailey was 14.5. That's a good one. I like.
I'm gonna tell you why I say Bailey, because
go for it. Let me know. Yeah.
Because Washington hasn't had a good pass rusher in a while. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Bailey will be that guy that could be there for years to come. Mm-hmm. That will be my ideal. This is the guy that be years to come. Somebody that you can sign long term, someone you can see develop. I think he will be the quintessential, still got a chip on the shoulder, I got stuff to prove type guy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really Texas with a decent sized school, but it ain't your SEC school. You know what I'm saying?
Texas, they be producing.
They produce, but everybody's not watching Texas Tech on Saturday.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you ask your average person, name a Texas Tech player, you know what I'm saying, who's the head coach of Texas Tech, they probably couldn't do it, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but again, this is the opportunity. To me, Bailey will be the guy. If he's there at 7 over the other guys, and I know I said Caleb Downs, but I take that edge rusher. Washington hasn't had a good edge rusher. And don't nobody tell me Chase Young, because let's not get into that conversation.
You do know Chase is probably better than Bailey coming out, right? Just saying.
I always believe, this is me, I always believe Chase was hyped because, again, Chase didn't play fundamentally sound football. When you're not a fundamentally sound end, you have problems, and we saw that at Washington Chase was also in Chase's defense, right? He was allowed to do that.
Yeah, I will say this. For the
look who was coaching them. Look at what we had in that department.
I will say this for Chase. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep on this Chase, because me and Glenn always do this Chase thing. But I will say this for Chase. That one, I think people keep forgetting, not in general, his injury was bad. I keep telling folks, year 2, year 1, he was dynamic. Everyone loved him in year 1. In year 1, he was making big
really?
plays.
It was the back half of year 1. The first half of year 1 wasn't that great.
Well, no, it was okay. It wasn't horrible. It was okay, but it was clutch. It was clutch. It wasn't bad. Clutch. It wasn't bad. If you go back, everybody, it wasn't bad. Year 1, he came in with fanfare, and he came in playing okay. Now the back half of it was amazing. That's the thing. It wasn't, his first half wasn't bad. His back half was amazing.
Yeah, his back half was great.
So, but then, and then I won't lie, the beginning of year 2 is when he really struggled in the beginning of year 2, and then he couldn't get his feet wet because he blew his knee out. And then that's when and then from that, people kept judging him. And the knee injury was horrible. It wasn't like an average knee. It was a horrible injury.
Oh, yeah,
so point where you could tell, like, he never had great bend, but you could tell his, like, the knee flexibility wasn't there. You could tell. So, like,
and now you see him developing because
now he's developing and he's playing. He was with Cam Jordan, like he was with Jordan and everything. Like, he's going to become a better football player. But
he's a better football player now. I mean, if you look at what
he still has some of the tendencies. I got to lie to you, bro. He still got some of the same tendencies, though.
Yeah,
he still sometimes he don't run everything out. I won't even lie to you, but I won't lie to you. It's the truth. I watched the game. Sometimes he just run everything out. But I will say this to Bailey. I do like Bailey a lot. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. My opinion, I think Bailey's better than Reese, but that's a whole different discussion for another day. That's how much I like Bailey. I think Bailey's better. I think Bailey at what he is, because Reese is changing positions, but he's going to become an edge rusher. Bailey's always been that. 14.5 sacks and a good combine. Again, the combine affirms what you are with a good combine. 14.5 sacks with a good combine. So he's and truth be told, Bain, I would talk about Bain, which I obviously no one's talking about Bain because of said issues. You said, it says there is a scenario. I know there is a scenario because there is.
About that.
No, he's right. There is.
Gets past the Titans myself.
No, facts. There is a scenario that because of everybody's getting gassed up. There is a scenario where Bailey could drop to the Washington Commanders.
And if he
I'm not saying it will happen, but there is a scenario. Just saying. Paul, hey, George, my man Phil. I ain't forget about you, Phil. This is from George because George made our third round pick. So, George, you want to answer Phil's question?
Let me see here. Who do everyone want to target in round 3? I think if we take a defensive player at the first round,
name both of them if you want to.
I mean, if we take a defensive player in round 1, then I want to target a guy like Ted Hurst in round 3 or another receiver. But if we go offense in round 1, then I'm looking at Josiah Trotter at linebacker, Phil, because we need help. This linebacker room still needs help. Leo Chenal is a great addition, but if they're talking about bringing back Bobby Wagner, then they need to draft They need to draft a linebacker. And to that point, can I answer your question because I have a weird answer, or maybe some people might think is a weird answer?
I got one question I'm gonna get to you, George. I'm gonna get one more. Okay. This is for Glenn. For Phil has a question. This is for Glenn. Who does everyone want except Glenn? You say who?
Phil. I said I want Caleb Downs at 7.
Gotcha. All right.
I want Caleb Downs at 7. So.
All right.
Or Love.
All right, George. Now, George, go ahead and answer the question, George. I'm sorry.
Well, and speaking of linebackers, this guy ain't ever in a million years going to make it to 7, but I feel like Arvell Reese would be great for the long-term plan. I think if you put Reese in that linebacker in a Washington Commanders uniform at linebacker, I think you got a linebacker that's there for the next 10 years.
Linebacker, not edge rusher.
Yeah, linebacker, not edge rusher. But I think, but you can move him again. Durante has shown. Durante, our defensive coordinator, he likes to move players around and have chess pieces to move around. He can certainly do that with Arvell Reese. So,
but he can definitely do that with Bailey too. So I'm not going to go.
Oh, he can do it with Bailey too. I don't think there. I mean, maybe there's a scenario where Bailey gets to 7. There ain't no scenario, in my opinion, where Reese gets to 7.
No,
like
Reese
0.
Reese is going 2.
Reese is going 2 or 3 or 4.
No. Reese is going 2. Reese is going 2. Nah, you can tell how it's moving. Reese is going 2. That's how one thing I can give you who I like more than the other, but you can tell how it's moving. Reese is going 2.
I like that.
I like Paul. Yeah. Here's a free one. Fellas,
that's a good one.
Clark said. Yeah, and he's interesting because he is good. I like his play for TCU. And Paul's mentioned on a prior show before. I like him. I just don't like where you can get him is kind of iffy. He's probably third to 5th round selection. It just depends on, and it can be a fourth round. He can definitely be a 4th rounder. I think he's more of a 4th rounder, to be honest with you.
I mean, he's a guy that if we trade back in round 3,
you can
somebody we can look at and look. We've talked about it a little bit. We can't rule out trading back from 7, just because all the guys we really want could get picked.
Not really.
Styles,
Not
Love,
all.
and Downs could all be gone by 7.
Not all. Because I'm saying if you then somebody drops. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you do that math, somebody.
Yeah, but do you really want Ruben Dane at 7? Well, you
no. I mean, well, let me not lie to you. You because of as a player or as issues.
As all of it, just
As a player,
yes.
As a player, yes, because he's dominant. He's dominant. He's not a bum. Like, he's dominant. Would you, all right, let's just think, George, would you want Dexter Manley? I'm not calling him Dexter Manley. Would you want Dexter Manley at 7?
Oh, that's true. I absolutely get where you're coming from.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you talk, like, will we have to deal with a lot? Yes, as a team. Like, in terms of the outside noise. But would I take Ruben Dane? Absolutely. But you're asking the wrong person. I'm not. What did I tell you? What do I tell you on this show?
No, you've been a Ruben Dane before all the other bad stuff came out. You were Ruben Dane.
And what have I ever told you about the people that I'll bring on the team? I don't need you to be a goody two shoes. I don't need you to be anything. I've let folks know. Like, if he, let me put it this way: if he's a free man, all right, he cool with me.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah.
DC Slim. It's a question of, are you reaching? Like, you're talking about some of the receivers you're talking about. I'm not taking
we'll say
7.
So I guess if y'all disagree, it ain't a good pick. What are you talking about?
Well, like I'm going to be mad if we take Carnell Tate at 7.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing
right
with you.
Now.
All right, I mean, look, ain't a bad. Look, let me put it this way. I ain't saying ain't a bad pick. Ain't a good pick. I mean, that's sure that if that's who you want, that's who you want. I'm just telling you, for me personally, not a bad or good or whatever. I'm not saying that. For me personally, I don't think any receiver. And the only receiver I think that's warranted at 7 is Jordan Tyson. And I think that Jordan Tyson's injury history makes him not warranted at 7. Right? Because of, well, let me say it this way. I think Jordan Tyson is warranted at 7. But I think that all of, like, what is coming out lets me, it's messing up his stock. And it's not his fault. And the way they move, like, I'm like, the way they making it go and they trying to make other players better than them, I'm like, you can trade back and get him then. That's how, like, I'm just using common sense. You might as well just trade back and get him. If you want Jordan Tyson, like, there's no outcry for Jordan Tyson at 7. So if there's no outcry, then I can trade back and get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can trade back and get him. If there's an outcry, like, there's an outcry for Love. There's an outcry for there's an outcry for Tate to a certain extent, which I think Tyson's better than Tate. Mm-hmm. There's an outcry for Tate. There's an out, like, right. You can always tell how the draft is moving, like how it's moving, like which players are coveted in said areas, right? You can tell. Mm-hmm. Bain before the news, right?
Yeah.
Obviously Reese, like, no one talks about the quarterback he's already taken, but the rest, people are already, like, some of the dudes I've mentioned. Even like, yeah, those are like the cornerback for LSU, kind of, sort of. But I feel like he's only like one place is Washington. The only team that I feel like they talk about him coming in the top 10 is Washington. No, they don't talk about anywhere else. It's Washington. So it's not like multiple teams are saying they want. That's what lets me know what kind of corner he is. Because if he was a shutdown corner, it'd be multiple teams saying like, "Oh, we're gonna get this kid." But it's only one team that he's trying. It's only one team that he's linked to in all of the draft is Washington.
Yeah.
Like, in the top 10, it's only Washington. That's like, all right, for instance, when Travis Hunter came out, even before Will Johnson's injury, right? Before, like, injury stuff with Will Johnson, when he was about to come, all these teams were linked to these dudes. It wasn't just one team. That's when so I'm saying, like, but the other dudes, that's why I'm like, again, the dudes that like Sonny Styles, all them dudes, they are like, all these dudes, they are the ones that you're like, Josh, they're like fighting for said positions within the top 10. They're fighting. Like, Sonny Styles can go to the Giants, or he can go further back down to like in 10. But Sonny Styles he can drop to the Giants, or he can be available for Washington. They're all there. We got here. He's got small arms. You want longer arms at the cornerback position. You talking about the kid from the kid from LSU? Probably the kid from LSU. We got here. There will be a lot of wide receivers picked early. The pundits are always wrong. All right, Slim man. Look, man. Hope you look. How early you talking about early? Like how early you talking? I guess that's my thing. How early you talking? Literally nobody had Connerly last year. Yeah, they didn't. Again, that's true. Somebody's gonna be picked. Like I didn't have Connerly. I didn't have Connerly that high, and I still don't like. I'm not. There were better players than Connerly when Washington drafted him. But again, I'm not against the kid. Like I'm not. I think the kid is going to be. I think he has the potential to be a solid football player. But there are guys that drafted ahead of him that were better than him. Shoot, there's a dude that they drafted on their own team that was better than him, and Trey Amos. Mm-hmm. Trey Amos was better than Connerly. 6 wide receivers in the first round. And the other
thing too is
Connerly
at the end of the first round.
Let me stop this. 6. Hey, Slim, we betting. 6 first. Let's bet 6 wide receivers in the first round. Let's bet.
They might all go 15 or later.
No. Let's bet. I'm serious. Let's bet 6 wide receivers in the first round. That means you're putting Fields in the first round. Let's bet, bro. Let's bet that 6. That's what I'm saying. 6 wide receivers. Let's bet.
Slim may have something there though.
No, he don't. No, don't do that.
No. Let me tell you why, right? I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna tell you why. Look how many wide receivers big name wide receivers are still left on free agents.
They're not good. No, yeah, you're right, but they're not. Just because you're a wide receiver don't mean you good. Like the dudes that are left aren't. There's only Jordan Tyson, Lemon, right? Jordan Tyson, Lemon, and Tate. That's 3. Amari Cooper is 4, and I'm stretching 4 to even make and that's late. That's late. He's probably late first round. He said 6.
So he's got like Casey Concepcion.
Yeah, Casey Concepcion. Yeah, and that dude, and he's like, and he's a second rounder for real. Bell is not in the first rounder. That's what I'm saying. Bell ain't in the first rounder. Brazen, yes. Brazen, Boston, yeah. Late first, yes. Late first. Agreed.
I mean, this receiving, there's definitely a drop. I think I will say, my first thought on this draft was, man, if you don't get Tyson, then why even draft a receiver? Yeah. That second tier receivers that can go in round 2 or 3 is a lot better than what I thought.
Yeah, but 2 or 3. Yeah, but
they don't come up to where Lemon, Tate, and Tyson are.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's not. And he wants Fields. He thinks Fields is real good. That's not even the first rounder.
Yeah, no.
Malachi Fields not in the first rounder. That's all I'm saying. Not in the first round. Like the board, and then they're not better than said positions of certain players. That's just because you're a receiver doesn't like if you're not better than someone on the board at receiver, they're gonna take the player that's better on the board. They're gonna take you just because you're a receiver. You got to be that much better than the player on the board. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you're gonna get like a good.
Some of the linebackers are on the small side, Slim, but they're also productive. Like Jacob Rodriguez, I think he's finally moving up draft boards.
Nah, we're not doing this, bro.
No,
we're not doing it. Oh,
Jacob Rodriguez was down there like a month ago. I was getting him in round 3 for Washington.
We had speed,
and now people have kind of finally realized, oh, wait a minute, this guy was a Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year on a really good defense.
Yeah.
And other than Bailey, he shined. Jacob Rodriguez.
Don't get me started on him. Don't get me started on him.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on him.
So he's too small, but people are like, the production still is there, and the tape doesn't lie. And who cares what his size is? I know this is the NFL, and can be tough for small linebackers. These small linebackers are pretty darn good.
George, look, you have to have size as a linebacker. I think
what his comp is to me though.
The days of Zach Thomas's.
There you go. He's like Zach Thomas to me, and I do think he's like that. But I do think he's gonna be good.
School too.
Yeah, I do think he's gonna be good though. I think he's gonna be good. I think because there's something about a knack of knowing your position. Rory says we have speed with Diami, Burks, Lane, and Chig. Wide receiver is low on the board from what I see.
He still needs a big body.
I agree. I think he needs a big body though. I do think
you need a big
Burks
body.
is a big body.
Which is, again, that's why I took Ted Hurst at 71.
Yeah, I like your pick, George.
That reason.
I like your pick, George. Tyson and Fields, but Tyson is injury prone. What do you like about Fields so much? I mean, I like Fields too, but he ain't. I mean, he had a good. You know what? He had a good. He had the big catches in the national championship game a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's solid. I don't think he's the best receiver like at all, but I think he's good. I think he's good. I think he has potential. Let me put it that way. I think he has potential. Lane is the only speed we have outside of McLaurin style with the nonsense. No, Diami's fast. That's not a lie. Diami's fast.
Yeah, but
you may not like Diami. He's fast. He's talking about speed. He said speed.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about speed. He said speed. I'm not talking about Lane is fast. Diami's fast. They're all fast. They're both fast. Now hands is a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also Lane's hands aren't. Come on, let's not lie here.
Yeah, there was some issue with Lane's hands in the second half last year.
That's not. Lane is fast, super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chiggs cooks.
Yeah. Why he needs to be returning kicks.
Chig cooks and Chig gets open, right? He finds an open window.
Yeah, I agree.
Chig, so
I agree. All right, so should the Commanders stick strictly with best player available at their draft slot, or prioritize filling a major roster hole, or even if it's a reach? Even if it's a reach, like they did with what's the name? Like they did with last year's pick. But go ahead, sorry.
I think anything beyond the 7th pick, you fill in holes, right? Your first round pick is the one that needs to make sure that you need to get. Everything else after the first round pick to me is you're filling holes. Yeah. We're bringing kids in, even when you get to the undrafted free agents, we're filling holes. You may find a diamond in the rough.
I'm with you. What about you, George?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I'll be honest. I've always been about filling needs in round 1 because you feel like in round 1 you're getting a player you definitely know can start. I will say that I've been moved on that because, look, history is filled with people who have slipped because people have drafted for need and let great players fly by them. You know,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
The one I'll always remember is Warren Sapp.
Yeah,
because
that's a good one.
Warren Sapp fell to what? It was 10 or 11, I think Tampa took him, and Washington could have took him, and I can't even remember who Washington took.
Yeah, can.
But that was a case of that was 2 things. One, the whole weed business, which didn't mean jack really, and then there were people that like, well, we don't really want to take a tackle here because we need this. So I've been moved off that a little bit, but it's like I think what Glen's talking about is right. I think it's 7. You're drafting the best player, but beyond that, let's try to fill these needs as we can. Wide receiver, linebacker, safety, edge with that 2nd pick. It's going to be one of those, you hope, and then you kind of go from there. And I mean, I guess if somebody falls in the middle of the draft that you absolutely love, okay. Like, I wouldn't expect us to take a tight end in round 3, but if there's a tight end that we really love that's that good, like say, I'll just throw this name out there, Oscar Delp, because I've seen a lot of people talking him up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if Adam Peters has got a thing for Oscar Delp at 73, then okay, that works for me. You know, fine, because like I said, this tight end room needs help, even with Chig Okonkwo here. So, and that's a great point, Paul, about this team is double dipped. Absolutely, like, look,
when
we're not happy with this beyond Terry, and even and honestly, outside of Terry, is the next receiver we're kind of happy with Treylon Burks, and that's it. I mean, I know people are glad to have Diami back. Diami's only had the playoff run, really, in this uniform. We need receivers.
We
need receivers, and that's why that is a bad idea.
No, don't say a bad idea. Just let
short.
Just let them have it. That's what I do with these. Just let them have it.
I understand that. But it's like we're already short at receiver. Would I be opposed to taking 2 receivers in this draft? No, I wouldn't.
No, not in this draft. So
that includes if we take a receiver in round 1. Like, say Say we take Jordan Tyson at 7, or we move back and take Jordan Tyson at 11 or 12 or 13. Another receiver.
I know this is
round 5 or 6. Not a problem with me.
Hey, this is what I will say, bro. Like, hey, Roy, you're right. Jaden is happy to have his dude back. Say what you want to about when we talk about make your quarterback healthy. Say what you want. They drafted Trey Amos last year because they knew it, because Marshawn was hurt all the time. They got a healthy. Right. You know what I mean? People forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, they forget that what Nick Saban said. You know, and when they drafted Mikey Sainristil, right? Mikey was one of the best defensive players in this whole draft. He said this. Like, I think he may have said the best defensive player in the draft, which is wild to me. Then we know what the issue, like, you play Mikey on the outside compared to inside. I don't think cornerback is like that thoroughly in play. And then like I said this before, Brandon, like when you draft a cornerback in the top 10, like you gotta be special. Like everybody you gotta be one of the dudes that slot to one. Like that's how good you gotta be. Like you gotta be, when you a corner in the top 10, you not just that's why I make like look at the dudes. I'll be real. Look at the dudes that were drafted in the top, like and they were preseason dudes in the top 10. They weren't dudes, they were preseason dudes in the top 10. Like you Surtain, Patrick Peterson, like Charles Woodson, like you name
South Carolina.
I'm
blanking on.
Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting the one.
It was in the same draft as Surtain, right?
Yeah. Even all right. Who played for the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
He was already Horn, right? Was it Horn?
Thank you.
Horn. Yeah, like Horn. Like Hunter. Like these dudes have always been. So if let me be real, if you ain't talked about like that off the rip, you ain't one of them. Like you ain't one of them. Like them dudes, them lockdown dudes we talk about, like it don't take a combine to make you know who they are. When old boy ran the 40, that's when people start, he like that. When you with that dude, it don't take a combine. You already know who you are. It don't take a pro day. It's already set in stone who you are. Because for real, Wiggins for the Ravens ran a 4.2. Was a first round pick. Was good in Clemson, solid, but it was like first rounder. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like when we talk lockdown, you talk Terrell. Terrell from Clemson was one of them. Terrell and Clemson was definitely one of them coming out. Like who they are before the college football season even starts. For real, that's what I'm saying. When you talk about drafting a corner in the top 10. Those are the top corners you draft in the top 10. That's why I don't think no knock on old boy from LSU. I think he's good, but when we talk about top 10, that's a different level of corner. That's just like a wide receiver. I don't put every wide receiver in the top 10. Personally, I don't. Like you gotta be special to be a top 10 in the top 10 wide receiver.
I agree with this with DC Slim. If you look at, this is one of the true statements, Slim. Players that people don't talk about,
it's okay.
Are some of the players that do shine, right? Players that go to smaller schools, players that have been playing in this league.
Smaller schools are different.
We see it every year that there's players that no one talked about, right? Or players that just come out of nowhere.
I'll give an example.
I'll give people an example too. First one to come to mind. Nobody was highly recruiting Justin Jefferson. Let's be honest.
In college.
When Justin Jefferson, he wasn't one of the
LSU. No, he wasn't the top. He wasn't even. Was he even top? He wasn't a top 10 pick.
It wasn't the top 10. You're right. So again,
but he wasn't though. Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree. I ain't saying that's gonna make you a bad. I'm not saying it's gonna make doesn't mean you're going to be that's gonna play out in your NFL career. I'm saying how it does in the draft. We're talking about forming how Puka. How you form a draft. Like, all right, Puka. I think you lose the thought process when you're going. All right, let me break it down to you. Not you, Glenn. I'm just talking about people in the chat. I am talking about, JSN was highly talented, but that's a whole different thing. Like when you're going into the draft, right? And just talking about the word of being a top 10 pick, not how your career plays out, right? That's a different beast. That's a different beast. I'm just talking about when the word coming in, like to be a top 10 pick. How you play is different after that. Period. Like you can you can become a better player. You can get better. You can get coached up. You can be willing. Your level to compete may be better than the person in the early rounds. We see that in all rounds, right? We see it in all rounds. I'm saying the talk and chatter of you being in the top 10 is different. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are talked about preseason and then you can play well, whatever, you're going to be in like that's how the league works. I'm sorry, that's how the league works. Look at all that's my point. Look at these, like, all right, prime example. I'm gonna go growing up and in college. What's the dude that went to Bethune-Cookman? It's blew my mind. He's a cornerback. She played with the Jacksonville Jaguars. George, you may know who this is.
Oh shoot.
What is his name? Oh, I'm having a moment because he led the nation in interceptions. And everyone knew.
Oh gosh, now
he led the
I'm
nation
starting to think of who it
interceptions.
is. I can't think of his name. No,
because I'm all right. Oh, what's his name? It's gonna bother Mathis. It's Mathis. All right, so Mathis. It was Mathis. Mathis.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mathis. All right, so Mathis was the second. Led the nation in interceptions. My boy, a friend of mine was number 2. So a friend of mine was number 2 in the nation in interceptions. Now Mathis was number. Everybody knew him from an HBCU. Folks knew him, like the NFL circles. They knew him. They had him. You know, they couldn't put him in the first round because he went to HBCU. But I think it was the second round. I think he may have been first rounder. He may have been late first rounder or second rounder.
I'm looking that up right now.
Yeah, please look that up for me.
Yeah, the second round, 39th overall.
Yeah, second round. Yeah, second round. But everyone knew he was going to be really, really good. He was better than a lot of the top 10 picks. But you know how it works. That's my point. You know how the system works.
Who was it? The kid from it was either Howard or Hampton that picked the pass off in the Super Bowl and ran it back for a touchdown for Indianapolis.
Antoine Bethea. Yeah, Bethea. Yeah, Antoine Bethea. Yeah, he's one of the best players. Yeah, he was actually a really good player in college, a very good player in college. So I'm just saying, like that don't. So what I'm saying is not the end result. I'm just saying how the talk is going into a top 10. Like when you're trying to gauge who a top 10 pick is. That's all. Not saying who's gonna have the better career. Shoot, I'm gonna say this: the dude that George is talking about, Rodriguez, could have a better career than Sonny Styles.
Yeah.
And what is that? And what would that say? He could have a better career than Sonny Styles because he could.
But a lot of that goes into. I mean, when we talk about it, there's a lot of factors that go into that, right?
Yeah.
So one of the factors go into it: your coaching staff, the scheme they want you to play, your teammates around you. Do you have injuries or not? You have injuries, right? We mentioned earlier Chase Young. If he doesn't get his injury, where Chase Young will be at, right? Where he could be at. So all that takes into play on when you go into who can be the better player. Look, going to the right fit makes a difference. Going to the right coach makes a difference.
If you're a quarterback,
agree, Roy.
You want to be drafted by Andy Reid or Sean McVay.
I agree.
As a for instance, I mean, look at
go to Shanahan.
I was a big fan of Pat Mahomes coming out of college, but if he doesn't go to Andy Reid and he goes to one of these teams, it's a mess.
I agree.
He's never going to be the quarterback.
But think about it. Not even Andy Reid. I mean, he sat behind Alex Smith. Let's be honest, right? He sat behind Alex Smith until Alex Smith got hurt, and then he came out.
Well, I'm gonna say this though. I agree with George though. If he didn't go to there's certain dudes that make life easy, and that's what the thing about the draft. It's also you gotta go to the right organization, and if you're a talented dude, you want to go to the right organization. Because if you go to the wrong organization, it may not really be on you. It could be just where you landed. You know what I mean?
If Geno Smith had been drafted by Washington, or he might have actually had a decent career.
Maybe I use Geno Smith as an example. Going to the
Geno Smith is another one.
You know what I'm saying? Go to somebody who believes you is different than going somewhere.
I don't think Ty Simpson. I think it's crazy if somebody takes Ty Simpson in round 1.
Yeah,
if that somebody was the Rams, like at the back end of round 1, then Ty Simpson will probably end up being a good quarterback in this league, and I'll have egg all over my face. If it's the Jets at 16,
Sam Darnold,
Ty Simpson ain't got no chance. Zero.
Agree, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he went to the doggone.
To the Jets.
He went to the Jets.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
It just depends on
where
you go.
And then he gets with Kevin O'Connell, and Kevin O'Connell
helps him.
He changes his life, and then look what he does in Seattle.
Yeah.
Now he's Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, it just depends on how it just works out.
He was a bust. B-U-S-T in all caps.
Oh, he was 1 foot out of the league. Let's be honest. Sam Darnold was a bust and 1 foot out of the league.
Yeah.
All right, so
stars align. So anyway.
So all right, trading back. We had this discussion about trading back. So if multiple prospects are graded similar on a similar rate, should the Commanders consider trading back to accumulate more picks and build depth? I'll start with you, George. I think you kind of like trading back.
I'll say this: if Love, Downs, and Styles are all gone, then I'm ready to go back. And whether it's Jordan Tyson would be one of them, Mansour Delane.
Yeah,
like say we go back to 12 or 13. Yeah. Like I said, what really set me off today was seeing this Rams guy saying Washington's the target. We need to move up from 13 to 7. You know, we go back to 13 and get the Rams pick, which again, late second round, but still a second round pick, 61. Maybe get a pick off of them next year. I'll tell you what, that's not going to bother me. It'll bother me if Love or Downs is on the board and we go back, or Styles.
Right.
But if none of them three, if all of them three go in the top 6, certainly possible, I'm happy with going back. And I also want to throw this out. Is there anybody that can trade into 6 that we're like, oh, bleep, they're going to steal our guy? Because we're all hearing about the Browns maybe want to go down. Is there a team that could jump up into 6 and screw us over and take one of our guys?
Yes, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, they can get
okay. There you go, Dallas.
Oh, they can get Downs. We
got agreement in the chat on that.
Yeah, Downs. They get Downs.
Dallas can jump in.
Oh, they jump us. They get Downs.
Cowboys jersey.
No. If they jump us,
that would me too.
If the Cowboys jump ahead of us, they getting Downs. I do know that. All right. Oh, my man. All right. Slim. All right. We got him. Thanks, Super Chat, Slim. Appreciate you.
Thank you, DC
How do you guys feel about trading that pick for a starting wide receiver or linebacker and a second round pick? For a starting wide receiver.
Trading overall number 7 is what he's saying?
Yeah.
Depends on
who's starting wide receiver. Hey, so give me
give
me a wide receiver, for example. Give me a wide receiver, and I'll get back to you on that. Depends on the wide receiver. I won't lie to you. It depends. And a second round. Or a linebacker and a second round pick.
Well, he's saying we get a second round pick back. So we essentially move down like 25, 30, 40 spots.
Trading back and picking a starting wide receiver. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta hey, oh no what Slim, I got no issue with that. If they trade back, let me say if they trade back and get depending who they depending who they get.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying AJ Brown. I don't know if Philadelphia would do.
They want to get him out.
AJ Brown. Oh, you mean trade Washington? Oh, AJ Brown. Yeah, they're not going to trade. I ain't gonna lie, they ain't gonna trade with us, man. They're not going to trade with us.
They wouldn't trade with us.
By the way, they wouldn't trade Jay. You stubbed up.
If that deal was on the table, I'll take it.
This is for George. Phil, this is for you, George. Phil's talking about your guy.
No, and Ted Hurst is a guy I'm looking at in round 3 because, as I said before earlier in the show, you know, with the lack of production from our tight ends, a big-bodied wide receiver we can throw to in the red zone, especially on the goal line, is what we need. And Ted Hurst would fit that bill beautifully in round 3.
Yeah, agree.
I feel like Ted Hurst is the kind of guy that you can run that post corner and throw that ball up there. He's going to get it. And you might be right about that, Phil. He might not make it to round 3. I was doing some simulations today on Pro Football Network's draft simulator, and he was falling to 71. I will say that if we were to move back, like if we made a deal with the Rams, that's somebody that at 61 I would certainly be taking a look at.
Hey, Smacky, what you mean? Jamal Adams in his prime or Jamal Adams like?
I think he means Jamal Adams in that later Jamal Adams when he was like pretty useless, except for stopping the run.
Man. Whatever.
And I'm just not going to.
If you watch Tim and Bama, I'm gonna say like when you watch Tim and Bama and watch him and he played 2 separate safety roles. He can do both. I think people get kind of fixated on what he did in Ohio State and they don't know he can do both. He can do both. So we'll see though. You know what? Look, man, I'm a Michigan fan. For me to give credit to Ohio State dudes, you already know it's like hurts my soul.
Hey, I appreciate you though. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you can tell I take my bias out of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like when I know you good, you good. I mean, there's a lot of Ohio State guys I'm terrified of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jeremiah Smith terrifies me in life.
Yes.
Marvin Harrison Jr. did terrify me when I was watching him in college. Like he was
legit.
Yeah, legit. You know what I'm saying? I'm
glad Jeremiah Smith would have gone. He might have gone 2 in this
he would
draft
go 1. He would go 1. Like
no,
Mendoza. Yeah, they need a receiver. He would go 1. Like he's the receiver they need. Like he's way better than the quarterback, and they need a receiver too. Like he can go 1. Like
okay,
the Raiders it would be a fight. Put it that way. It would be a fight. That's how good he is. It would be a fight. It would be literally like you're right.
Like
I know what you're saying, George.
Him is that he ought to be the number 1 overall pick next year, but there's too many quarterbacks that are going into the top.
Yeah, but this quarterback pool ain't strong enough to deny him. But you're right. I mean, I'm not. Quarterback's different, right? Obviously, George. Like people going like take quarter, but I'm saying like he's so good that the Ravens. I mean, then the Raiders will really think about it because they don't have a receiver. Who's the Raiders? Who's the Raiders receiver? Number one wide receiver. Exactly.
Yeah. It's Brock Bowers, honestly.
Exactly. So you get Bowers. They got Kirk Cousins now. Bowers, Cousins, and Smith. Yeah. Damn.
Damn. That country boy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, anyway, I'm just saying to your point. I'm just saying that if he came out this draft, it would be crazy. It would.
By the way, shout out to this guy Smacky because he just subbed up. So shout out.
Appreciate you, Smacky, man. Appreciate you. Said
good job.
When it comes to a draft season, the beauty is in the eye. Yeah, I agree. Smacky, I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's why I try not to knock anybody's pick because everybody's different and they're who they view and value. Like for instance, like I'm not the biggest Tate fan, but other folks are, so that's fine. But I do think Tate. Let me take that back. I think Tate's good. I don't think he's as good as everybody else makes him out to be. I do think he's gonna be a good NFL player, though. Let me say that. I want that.
But I think he'd be a good NFL player. The question is, will he be a good NFL player in Washington? And is he
that too? It'd be interesting. That too. I'm not sure.
Right? Is he worth the number 7 pick? I mean, think about it. Washington got a lot of offensive weapons. They're doing a lot of different things, and I'll be the first to say that Jaden is good with passing the ball around.
Sharing
the ball, sharing the ball around. So
less than Luke McCaffrey though. He don't like throwing the ball, dude.
So Luke he got to trust Luke, man. He got to trust Luke. So
I know. Obviously, Luke ain't doing something right.
Hey, as I mentioned earlier in the show,
Santiago, where you at?
If Luke ain't careful, Luke may not be there, and he ain't gonna have to worry about passing it to him for long. So
Santiago, I'm talking about Luke McCaffrey. Where you at, man?
No.
Santiago, where you at?
Underwood too.
Underwood, man. I'm concerned. I'm not gonna lie to you,
man.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned for Mike, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, absolutely. He was good. He's a good man.
Yeah, very good dude.
But yeah, Luke's gonna have to do some work in his training camp and preseason to keep his spot.
Yeah, Luke was a couple inches taller and stronger. Has stronger arm. He could be a superstar quarterback. He has all the intangibles. I mean, there's a lot of ifs, man.
He did. The only difference between Ty Simpson and Mac Jones is that Ty Simpson did not have Mac Jones's talent around him.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one. That I do like. Yeah. I like that. I like that comparison, George. Luke working with CMC be easy. I mean, he working. I seen him work out. I ain't seen CMC work. I ain't gonna lie. I know they're brothers and everything, but CMC works, and you would think that Luke works just as hard as his brother. CMC work real hard, man. I don't see that same energy like from Luke. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like I'm not trying to be funny, but when you're the lesser brother, you would expect at least work harder because the brother needs to have the older brother has more like ability. You would think as a lesser brother, you would work harder, right? You know what I mean? Like you may not be as good, but you work harder. Like I feel like props out to CMC. Yeah. Man. He works really hard, man. Props out to him. We got to trade Terry for young legs. I know DC Slim. You don't like Terry. I know, bro. You don't, boy. You're not that high on Terry. Let me put it that way. I don't want to say you don't like. You're not that high on Terry. I know. Luke has a roster spot. He's safe. I mean, he got a spot.
Yo. I'm gonna say this. Hold on. I'm gonna say this now. If Luke McCaffrey makes this team, if they bring in Brandon Ayuk, let's just a hypothetical situation. If they bring in Ayuk, you already got Treylon Burke, you got Terry McLaurin. You got Demo, you got De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
And if Luke makes this team and that group, then we all know the fix is in. The fix is in. We know who boy he is, right?
Yeah,
so
Brandon Ayuk,
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying if you talking about you got
I know. I've seen people talking about it in the chat. Brandon Ayuk is not even a consideration for me at this point.
No, me
because
neither.
if the 49ers are going to be this petty within their right, there's got to come a time where Adam Peters just says, fine, whatever, and just moves on.
I know, man. Brandon Ayuk
to me, Luke needs to prove it in the kick return game. He showed something last year.
He said it right here, man.
Luke's best chance would be kick returns.
But as long as
read what Deluxe. Just read what Deluxe says, man. It makes sense, man. He's right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's that I'll read for you. Luke has worked to do to earn playing time on offense. Someone would have to beat him at specials to take his roster spot. I agree.
True. That's true. I agree with
that. And special teams is this thing. It's all about special teams for Luke. He's a great special. You know what? I don't throw shade at Luke for special teams. His special teams is good. He's a good returner. You know what I mean? I think he's consistent. That's what I like about his return game.
Mm-hmm.
Luke is a DI. That's wild. Slim, chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill, Slim. You gotta chill.
Hey,
chill.
Look, you know what? Slim, I'm not knocking it, but I do believe that.
No, he's a brother. He's a Luke McCaffrey hire. He's a McCaffrey hire. He's a McCaffrey hire.
Yeah.
Wide receiver 5 to 7 have to play specials. Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Again, Luke is safe. Phil, you like how much you like? Hey, Phil, what you think, Luke? Give me Luke's stats for 2026, 2027. Give me Luke McCaffrey's stats. We need Luke to be a wide receiver. We don't need him to be a receiver. We need Luke to show up consistently. That's what we need. He played better last year, though. To George's credit and Santiago, who has ditched me in this chat. So Santiago, they say that Luke has gotten better, and I do think that Luke has gotten better. Can Lane do? I wish. I hope.
Well, punt return for Lane.
Kick return.
Punt return. He's dynamic as punt returner.
Rory, I'm with you. I look, man. Even when I'm not the biggest fan of somebody, I'm still giving you flowers. Like he was a really good punt returner. Kickoff returner. He was good kickoff.
Yeah,
returner. He was good. He was consistent. He got yards.
Yeah, he was.
Luke do nothing last season. He caught 2 wide open passes. He did. Man, just wide open.
Wide open.
Look, man. Luke is one of the best schemed up wide receivers I've ever seen in my life. He's dynamic to the schemed up wide open wide receiver. He's dynamic. I've never seen he makes so many great schemed up catches. It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The catch he had with Jaden when Jaden threw him that pass in the Chargers game, that was great concentration. That was a great catch. I ain't going to. That was a good catch.
No, and again, in special teams, kick returning, that's what we need out of Luke. If we don't get that, he should be off this team. But I know what everybody says, and they're right. They're probably right, and it's unfortunate.
I'm just saying,
Lane needs to be returning these punts and working on his hands.
But I'm just saying, they draft a play.
Lane scored last year. Lane scored last year. I mean, he did a punt return. He scored.
He scored more than one, right? He scored 2.
I think Tate scored 2. He scored twice.
Yeah, Lane is. So he scored twice. Lane's great.
So again, you take McCaffrey's value on this organization. It's starting to diminish. Let's be honest.
You put Luke out there,
but that's the whole point, though. The reason we've been talking about receivers in this draft is that this receiver room, it ain't it right now.
No, not.
And that's even if Terry comes back and it's Terry, it ain't it right now.
No, because you want competition, you want people to push, and so you got guys that come in. So I mean, you see a couple guys that put in some work doing off season, but this whole unit. It should have been set. This whole unit should have been set.
Is that Sims? Is he talking about Sims? Wole, is Luke better than the former wide receiver we had, number 15? I forgot his name. Is it Sims? He's talking about Sims, right?
Sims? Which one?
It's Sims, right? No, it's 15, number 15. Sims, right? The other one, the returner from Houston. I think it's Sims.
Oh, Steven Sims.
I think it's Steven Sims.
Steven Sims was not much of a receiver.
But he's not. But Steven Sims was a better special teamer though. I think Steven Sims. Yeah, he ain't better than Steven Sims. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's better than Steven Sims. He's not better than Steven Sims. He's not better than a lot of players. He's not even better than Jeremy Grant for real. I mean, not Jeremy. I said Jeremy Grant. Was it Ryan Grant? Ryan Grant. He ain't better than Ryan Grant either. I ain't gonna lie. And I detest Ryan Grant too.
The test big words, man.
I know. I detest Ryan Grant. There's other players I don't like. Like, what's the dude, old boy who retired? Young, who was so-called sleeping with his friend's mother in college in BYU. What's his name? The receiver we had?
Jacksonville. Oh God,
yeah,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Your girl.
I thought he was trash. But yeah,
he was too. And
I thought he wasn't that good either. There's a bunch of receivers. I think. No Terry. I know, man. Who's doing the Terry snap? It's Slim. Slim just loves. He just dislikes Terry. It's okay. Not dislike. Ryan Grant. I hated the Ryan Grant was a great route runner thing. That used to piss me all the way. That's why he's a piss me all the way off. Jay Gruden loved that dude. I think that dude had so much material on Jay Gruden. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he knew where the bodies were buried.
He knew where the bodies were at, man. I'm telling you, that thing was annoying. He's the guest of Ryan Grant. I was like, why are you playing this dude? Like, why? Like, yo, yes, deluxe, yes, and then failed the physical.
Yes.
Hey, Roy, I know. It used to be so annoying. I was like, Ryan Grant, why are you on the team? What up, Taj? What it do?
What's up, Taj? Hey, Taj, better late than never, man.
Yeah, bro, I'm serious, man. But like this draft is going to be so, like. But to your point, though, I feel like wide receiver. You get a wide receiver in the third round. I know Paul. I'm gonna give you a shout out, Paul. He like Bryce Lance, Trey Lance brother, out of what's school? Yeah, he goes North Dakota State.
North Dakota State. Everybody go to North Dakota State.
Do they own that school now? Does Trey Lance own that school? The Lances?
I don't know.
Shoot. But I do think I think that's not a bad pick. I like him though. I think it'd be a good pick. I like that pick. I wouldn't be mad to get him in the third round.
No, absolutely not. No, Bryce Lance in round 3
would be you are wild and Slim. Man, you say he walked. Did you not see him beat Patrick Surtain? No, I know what people don't. People say, no, don't do it. No.
Sorry,
people acknowledge like what they want to acknowledge. When you beat one of the best dudes in the league, you not washed. I'm sorry. Bums don't beat Patrick Surtain. Just being real.
They don't.
Now, if you ain't a fan of him, that's fine. And that's cool. But we can't come out and say you washed and you beating Patrick Surtain. You could say Bobby Wagner is washed when he can't cover somebody, because it's fair. But when you beating number ones, you ain't washed, my guy. You can't be washed. And that's with a backup quarter. You beating them with a backup quarterback. Beating with a backup. No, not one play. It was more than one play. You can't say one play was more than one play. He was doing it all game long. That's what I'm saying. You can't use your own narrative to just. You can't look, man. I'm gonna be real. We're in a world of politics and in life where people just say stuff and there's nothing to back it up. They just say it and they think it's the truth. No, you go back to that film. It is more than that. Patrick Surtain, arguably the best corner in the NFL, right, George? Right, Glenn?
Yeah, definitely.
Can't be washed if you making them work. Ain't the cap? It's the truth. You the only one ain't see it, obviously. Ain't no capping. Go watch the game. Yeah, I know. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't look. You can't. Don't die on the hill for no reason. Like, I'll come in. I'll be the first one to say I'm wrong when something happened. Like, I didn't talk about Luke McCaffrey. I come back and I'll say, stop. He ain't a total bum. He's really good on teams.
Yeah.
You hear me say it. I'm not going to come out and just give you something you can't say that type of stuff.
I think with Luke, man, I think this is what we're talking about. I think Luke last year by default had to step his game up because everybody was hurt. Nobody was there.
Luke?
Yeah. Let's be honest. Luke had to step up. Luke benefited from the fact that Noah Brown was hurt.
Yeah, he did.
Terry was hurt. Treylon Burke came in late. Luke was if we really think about it, Luke became the number one receiver because of default.
No, he did. He was never. No. Because what's his name still was getting more catches than him. Debo was getting more catches than him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Debo. Debo.
He was never the number one. I ain't gonna lie to that. He was never the number one. He was number two though. He was definitely number two though. definitely the number 2.
He started to become Marcus Mariota's favorite.
He was definitely one of yes.
I put it that way.
Facts.
He started to become one of Marcus's favorites.
Yes, I agree with you. He was definitely. That's why I'm like Marcus Mariota. He fooled with your boy, Luke McCaffrey. Jay don't fool with your boy. I'm just saying. Now you guys, hey, no what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Was Luke at the with all the receivers with Jaden? Was he there? With Terry and Diami? Was Luke there?
That's a good question.
He wasn't. I know the answer. I know the answer. He wasn't. I know the answer. I'm just saying. I know the answer. I'm just telling you, man. I know the answer. I believe me. I know he wasn't there. Just let you know.
It's Slim. It is a business, man, but it's a performance-based business, and the dude that we can't deny that Terry did perform. Even last year with hurt, he put up some.
He came back and performed. He beat even the play when he got hurt. The play that he got hurt, he beat the corner and made it spectacular. You know what I'm saying? You cannot like a person, that's fine. Regardless of because of can't hold out, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. We all got eyes, man. That's all I'm saying. We all got eyes. That's all I'm saying. Like you can't,
and we just can't pretend that 2024 didn't happen.
Well, not even that though, George. Like when Terry was on the football field compared to when he wasn't. When he came back at the end of the year healthy, you saw a big difference of how. Look, even people. Look, I was on social media, and even people who didn't fool with Terry was like, "Yeah, it's different how a number 1 look compared to what we got here." People like it's what, or you could say 17. I ain't say number 1. When you got 17, it's different from what we were using.
Yeah, and let's remind ourselves, there's not going to be a holdout this year. He's not going to be missing workouts and camp and this and that. He's going to have the full preparation like he's supposed to.
It's going to be good. And they'll be locked in. I mean, he's going to be locked in with Jaden. He's going to be locked in because they had opportunity to work that they didn't do last year. So I'm not going to hold you guys up. But that's what it is.
Yeah, Todd said I'm going on the record. If something crazy happens, the pick will be Downs or Love. I hope.
Cross my fingers that you're right, Taj.
I hope. Yeah. Look, man, I'm going to tell you. Look, I ain't attached to it. I'm going to tell you for real. There are receivers I like more than Terry. They are, but they don't produce. They don't even produce the way that they need to for real.
Right.
For me. But I'm not gonna. But again, do I like other receivers better than Terry? Yes, and they're not even over Terry in ranking, but they guys I do like over Terry. But I'm not going to slander something that I know he does on Sundays. That's it. Trade back and get Cooper. Okay, so another Cooper. So everybody started like Omar Cooper. He started to get real popular. Kid out of Indiana is getting real popular. Paul loves that dude too. So I'm shout out to Paul. But this draft, but again, I don't think they're getting a real receiver in this draft for real. Like a real guy who's gonna actually impact this team. I don't think so. I feel like they'll get. I mean, I know people don't want to hear. I know George don't want to hear. They'll get Brandon Ayuk. Or they may re-sign Debo.
That's my pick, right? My thing is to re-sign Debo. You can get at this point you get him at a cheap deal, right? You get him cheap, and we could actually see what they could have had last year with a healthy Jaden, a healthy Terry McLaurin, and with a Debo Samuels. You can what we wanted last year that we never got is something that you can get.
I'm gonna be real though. I do think, in my opinion, how this draft is going, like how I know how the rumors are going. I do think they're gonna get somebody like. I think they definitely like, because even if you do the math, for said players not to be there, somebody gets bumped out of discussion. Like somebody's getting bumped out. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like so, if we don't get Bailey, we don't get Love or Downs, we're probably getting Bailey.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you just got to do the math. Like do the math in your head. Like oh snap, yeah. Like somebody's gonna drop down. Like all three, how it's going won't, because the way it's set up.
Yeah, all
the
three.
Way that it can't. You know,
but we talked about it. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. It will be an Ohio State player.
Yeah, like that means or Styles drops to Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be some. the way it's going to be somebody that's going to drop. It's going to be somebody. So you just got to look at it that way. Like that's how I'm like, there's going to be somebody going to drop. Yep. Or if that happens, somebody's picking Tate. Maybe the Giants are picking Tate. Maybe the Titans feel like Titans say, hey, we need a receiver with because when you got a quarterback, it's different. When you got a young quarterback, it's not a defensive move. It is an offensive move. Mm-hmm. You just got Cam Ward ain't going to be just by himself. Nah. And they didn't do anything in free agency in terms of wide receiver. I think they re-signed Ridley, but Ridley stay hurt. They definitely need a receiver. They need a receiver that's going to definitely be healthy 24/7.
Yeah.
Because really is a number one receiver for real, but he gets hurt all the time. Can't rely on that.
1.2.
Yeah.
1.2.
Yeah, that groin is consistent. That's consistent. If you get Calvin Ridley, he going out with a groin injury. You already know.
I have to say, I was totally wrong about Deebo because I thought he would get a deal from somebody in free agency.
Hasn't yet. I did not
think it was going to be feasible to re-sign him. It definitely is feasible, and I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. If Bailey's, Love, and Styles are gone, Trey, but I don't think they're all ain't going to be gone.
I think all of them going to be gone. No.
Downs, you're going to get somebody. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, they're gone. Downs' film is great. He's a high floor, but don't think he's the right pick. Really interesting. Okay. All right, you know what? Agree to disagree. I think Downs is like that. I've watched him. I think he is spectacular.
I think he's spectacular too.
Yeah. Ohio State is not friendly to us outside of Terry. That is true though. I will not lie to you about that, Rory. Ohio State is not friendly to us. Hey, question, Wole. Shouldn't you apply the same logic you used? Yeah, no. I get what you're saying about Downs is no, because I feel like Downs has always been a stud at safety, the safety position. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I think Downs has always been a stud. Downs has always been a top pick, like coming out, like in preseason. He's always been deemed. He's compared to Berry, like he was always like he's the top center rated. I mean, say center, top safety rated for a while. That's why it's different from like the cornerback position. Like he is the poor man. Like when Sean Taylor and them came out, he is like the poor man version of that. Like the rated high safety. He's been that dude. That's why they're different. Like he's rated like Eric Berry was. Like all right, I'm using Eric Berry. He was, or even Earl Thomas. These are dudes that were like highly but Eric Berry was like the highest though. Like I think other than Sean Taylor, he's like Eric Berry. No, he's compared to Eric Berry. Yeah, he's compared to Eric Berry. He's compared. The scouts are compared to Eric Berry. Sorry, Slim. Yeah. I'm telling you what they have. I'm not giving you anything. I'm telling you the truth. Scouts have compared him to Eric Berry. Mm-hmm. That's notey. In your opinion, you don't agree. Just say you don't agree. Don't say no. Don't do definites, bro. Like just say you don't agree. Like that's what I do with you. Look, Slim, I just say I don't agree with you. I don't say no, yes. I say I don't agree with you. Just say you don't agree. That's fine. That's fine.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I agree to disagree.
Yeah, we agree to disagree. That's what I tell folks all the time.
I agree
to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. And it's okay. We still go out. We still hang out. I agree to disagree. That's what I love about the chat, man. We don't always talk about this. I mean, I love the chat because chat always.
He athletic, man. Now he athletic. Yeah. He athletic. Nah, Downs athletic. You see my bam. Hey, Delex, look at his Bama clips. He athletic. You know what I'm saying? We can go wrong. We can go wrong at 7. We can't go wrong. We can't go wrong. All about to say, we can't go.
Yeah, you can't go wrong at 7.
I ain't gonna lie.
It'd be pretty hard not. It'd be pretty hard to mess up 7. That would be questionable.
Yeah. And it sounds so much better. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I like Amos. You know what I'm saying? Mikey's good, man. I ain't giving up on Mikey. I'm biased too with Mikey. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on Mikey either.
I think Mikey.
I don't want Mikey on the inside. I think Mikey on the outside is just as he's vicious.
Yeah. Mikey just got, like I said, Mikey got to be in the right spot. When Mikey be put in the right position, I think Durante's gonna put Mikey in the right position for Mikey to win.
I think Mikey will be fine, man. But look again. If we got so I wouldn't be mad either, man. You ain't gonna hear me be like, "Dang, why ain't we get him?" Yeah. I see the talent now. Depending on who you get him over. If you get him over certain players, I'm gonna feel a certain way. But also, I'm gonna go in like, all right, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm not gonna go into a situation being like, you drafted him, Like, I'm not gonna do that. Wide receiver is the safest pick at 7. Is it really? I don't think so, but it's okay.
Yeah.
This is Tyson.
Unless it's Tyson. Yes, unless it's Tyson.
Yeah,
Everybody else, I don't think it's
Tyson's gone up on everybody's scorecard, man. This week, Tyson has really gone up on everybody's
Oh no, why? Yeah, he has because I don't know why they acting like
a lot of people didn't know.
People over like I
don't get.
Like people overthink a whole situation. I ain't gonna lie, they overthink. Like he's been that dude for like before, like going into the season. He was rated the number 1 wide receiver going into this season. Everybody, and he put up 1,000 yards at Arizona State. He puts up 1,000 yards consistently.
Yeah,
he's getting double teamed. He's the one everyone has that everyone game plans for. I don't know why people overthink.
And you don't have no stud quarterback
either.
You
don't got a stud quarterback.
Jay Daniels throwing the ball at Arizona State.
People overthink this. Yeah. There isn't a top. No, I think George Tyson is a top 15. I don't think he's, because of the injuries, he'll be a top 15. I mean, I know you're talking about Rory. I know what you're talking about. I think George Tyson, talent wise, is the top. I think he's the top 10 talent. I do think he's the top 10 talent. Tate fits. I think he fits the system. I think I can see Tate fitting because he didn't have to be a number 1. So that's the only one that kind of gets me here. I'm like, maybe he would fit because he wouldn't get, like, he's not getting number 1 coverage here. So it's kind of what he's used to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Would you put 1K at nah, because they don't. Dudes don't do it. Brandon Ayuk was like supposed to be like that over there, right? And everybody be gassing him up. He better than Brandon Ayuk in college. He's a better version of Brandon Ayuk. He's better than Brandon Ayuk was in Arizona State.
Yeah.
To be real with you, he's like that good. He is.
And
good.
he didn't have, and again, he did not have Jaden Daniels throwing him the ball.
For a year. He didn't have no time with Jaden Daniels for a year. Oh, you said I could. Oh, I couldn't do that. Not me. Not my bum knee. Not me. Yeah. Shoot, Roy, not me. You tripping. I appreciate the compliment, Roy. You my guy. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could, if my knee felt good, maybe I could score some points at Arizona State basketball team. All right. Todd said, here's what fans won't say. If we do draft Tate, he won't put up numbers right away. And those same fans will turn on. I know.
Yeah.
Some of us are not going to be happy if Tate goes at 7. Right over
I mean, look, but Rory, that's like Arizona last year. Was Mick? What's his name? Mick for Arizona, wide receiver last year. He went to Carolina.
Tedero McMillan had a great year.
McMillan, look, Arizona, they don't got nothing, Rory. They're bum school too in football. And look at the numbers he put in college. So that's my point. Like, dude is,
but he went to Carolina and backed it up.
It killed. Yeah, he's going to kill, man. I'm telling you, he's going to kill.
Something's very simple, man. If you can catch the ball, if you can get open, then you can make a living in this league.
Yeah, it's not like you play in the real talk. It's not like you playing in a trash conference. You playing it at, I guess what's it called? It's not Pac. What are they? They're in the Big 10. Is there? Where is there?
Big 12 now.
Big 12 now. Like you're playing against Sunday players, bro.
Yeah.
You are. So if you still putting up numbers against them, even if you were in the Pac-12, you put them numbers against them, you're gonna put up numbers up. They pooch, yeah. Scatterbull. Yeah.
But no, exactly. That's Scatterbull was an FCS school before he went to Arizona State.
Yeah, he was good in the league when he looked good with the Giants. Right?
Yep.
Before he got hurt. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no knock. Tate is the only good over the top. He is not a good route runner. Well, Tate is actually a good route runner. I would say that I'm not sure about his speed, to be honest with you. But we'll see how it is in the league. The Bill Love. Does it return if Love is not the pick in season versus all season?
Yeah, I don't think anybody not love Bill. I think they just say, you know what can we do to help Bill? And I think having a strong power back helps Bill out. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in White helps Bill out. I think people still have love for Bill, right? But we know that Bill is not the number 1 guy. We saw last year Bill again couldn't carry the rock as much as he could. Not saying that he started becoming a touchdown short yardage machine. I think Bill will be okay, but I think Bill needs any other rookie. He needs another year. Let's not forget, right? Bill didn't play college football for a year or two.
Yeah.
So he's not bad. Bill's gonna be fine.
Hey, Bill's gonna be fine, man.
Let's make this point.
Go ahead.
Bill did a decent job, and he was a good running back.
Yeah.
But if you have a chance to get to the elite position at running back, and Jeremiyah Love will give you an elite running back, that's a move you ought to make.
Yes.
You know, we shouldn't be settling for okay or good. Not if we want to really help Jaden and have him flourish like we want him to.
Look, man, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think the fan base still loves to Glenn and George's point. I think the fan base still loves Bill. I think they love Bill.
Oh, no question.
Yeah,
and they should. Bill did a good job last year, but that shouldn't put us off taking Jeremiyah Love at 7 if he's there.
But there's levels to this. That's all I'm saying. There's levels to this.
Yeah.
Bill ain't no Jeremiyah Love. That's what it is. I'm just gonna be. Let me be blunt with it. He's not Jeremiyah Love. He's a good football player. And I think he's a good
using Bill anyway. You're not having Jeremiyah Love take 100% of snaps running back.
And I think Bill is a good complementary piece to Jeremiyah Love. That's how I look at it. And
absolutely.
It's not a complimentary. It's not Jeremiyah Love is a complementary piece to Bill. It's the other way around. Bill is a complementary piece to Jeremiyah Love. And that's it. And that's what he is. Because if Love is drafted, if we are blessed to get Jeremiyah Love, he is the number 1 running back. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. Bill can compliment him though. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's a back he's a versatile back. He can do it all. Ain't no knock. I think Bill showed us that he's got potential. Like, he had a good year. Like, he had like 800 yards or something rushing. And if he got more carries, he would definitely get 1,000 yards. So I think Bill is fine. Like, I think Bill is fine. Now, it's just that you got the opportunity to get somebody different. You know what I mean? Like when the Vikings got Adrian Peterson, they had Chester Taylor. I think Taylor had like over 1,000 yards the year before. But Adrian Peterson fell to your lap. Mm-hmm. You ain't saying no to AP because of Taylor. No, that's all. That's what Bill at. You got Love falling in your lap. You're not gonna say no. You're not gonna say no because you got Bill.
No.
But again, I said this before. That's what I like about their draft. They were able to do that. They signed so many players that they can do whatever within their draft. But yeah, we about to wrap this show up, man. We appreciate everybody pulling up, man.
No.
You guys are dope. I love the conversation. Look, I love that we can sit here, shoot the breeze, disagree, and agree, and still be cool. I like that, man. I like that. That's what I like about this chat. When nobody out here name calling, being like, "Oh my God, I don't agree with your point. You suck." Nah, you guys are cool. You guys like state your points and why.
Every opinion matters.
Yes. Hey, right. Glenn, say it again, Glenn.
Every opinion matters.
I agree, man. I agree.
Hey, real quick, talk about opinions, man. If you're new to the chat and new to the channel, hit the subscribe button for you guys. I see some names I haven't seen before. I know you want to enjoy the conversation, man. Enjoy the conversation, but subscribe, share this to somebody else. We're also on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yo, hit us all up there too. So you know what I'm saying? It does.
Oh yeah, we said that. Yeah. Hey, Glenn, and let them know about Thursday.
Paul we'll get a link out to you guys next Thursday, man. We'll look. What we're gonna do is we'll come on right at the beginning of the draft. I think we got enough to talk about before we get to the 7th pick. Right? We get to the 7th pick. We got some special guests. We got some people gonna be live on site. That's gonna come in and give us the live reaction from Pittsburgh. We got some people that are gonna be in Ashburn who are gonna give us a live reaction from Ashburn. So you want to be here next week for the draft because we got some good things. We want to hear from you. We're gonna let some of you guys come on next year and give us next week and give us your live reaction on for the number 7 pick, whether you like it, didn't like it, was it good and bad? Should Adam Peters be fired or Dan Quinn get kicked out of town? whatever it is, whatever happens with the 7th pick, they trade back. But we're gonna let you guys again. We got people from Ashburn, from Pittsburgh live on site. We're gonna have people from Ashburn live on site, and we want you, the fans, to hop on next week as well and give us your opinion about the 7th pick, man. We appreciate you guys. We want to make sure this is interactive, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, make sure you pull up. It's my birthday too. So you got to pull up.
Yeah,
and you got to be on, and you got to pull up on the feed. So
that's right. It was my
you pull up on the feed to say happy birthday, And then we can shoot the breeze. You don't even have to like. And look, you ain't gotta show your camera. You put your camera on. You can just go. You can have your camera off. We don't care. Slim do it all the time. So I'm just letting you guys know we can look. Just pull up. Happy birthday. Then give your 2 cents.
Yep.
That's
next
right.
Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So yeah, pull up. Like Glenn said, subscribe, like, definitely like. All right, you know, like, and I saw Deluxe said it. It's free to like. So just hit the like button. So I appreciate Deluxe. So Deluxe, I appreciate you for calling folks out on that. It's free to like. It ain't hard. Definitely ain't hard. Anyway, we appreciate y'all for pulling up. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Errrything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia, 4 ages. You dig? Deuces. We are out.
Peace.